Hi, this is Cindy. It's been a while since I've done a video. I've been working on my shorts, kind of transferring my full-length videos into short-length videos. It's been really good for my channel as far as boosting the hours watched and the number of people who come to my channel. But today I want to focus on something that's been on my mind. I have seen other artists do this same color scheme, and I love ice cream, chocolate and all that, but I can't really eat a lot of that. So I'm going to create a piece of artwork that uses some of those colors. So I've got a vanilla that I mixed up, and I used a number of different colors. I used white, just so many different colors I don't really remember. Maybe a little yellow, a little orange, a little blue, and just to make it look a little more like a vanilla. I've got the dark chocolate, and when I looked online, it said to use the Ultramarine Blue and red. And I have something that's similar to dark chocolate when I look at the cup, but right now when I look at it, I think it might be a little too high on the red. However, I'm just going to go with it. Now the chocolate, kind of like the chocolate shake color, this was going to be the caramel. But I was all, no, this is not caramel, it's not coming out right. But I used a combination of yellow, orange, red, burnt umber, tiny bit of black by mistake, and a little bit of white. So I just thought, let's just, it looks like a chocolate shake, let's stick with that. Now for the caramel, it was very, very challenging. I went to Google and I typed in, hey, I'm trying to create the caramel color, but my paint right now looks like peanut butter. So they gave me instructions on how to alter that by using a gold orange. And then I felt like, now it looks kind of like clay. So they also gave me instructions of using a deep yellow. I think it's okay. It's not, it's close to caramel. I think overall it's close enough. And then I have the gold, and I'm going to try to use that as well. I've not shaken that up, and this is not fresh. Now all of these other colors that I'm going to use, they are extra thick. So I would say I did not really properly measure them this time, because I was first focusing on putting the paint colors together, getting the right paint color, then adding Floetrol and a tiny bit of water. So I'd say that it's probably, and I would even follow this because I'm not sure how it's going to work, but it's probably 2 parts paint, 1 part Floetrol, and a half part of water. And that's just kind of the same for all of these, just getting a similar texture where it's basically mound upon mound upon mound. And I think overall what I'm going to do is just start pouring this in. This has a total of 4 sections. And so this is, I'm going to go ahead and almost fill it up with the vanilla. Okay. And this is going to be basically, it's going to be a hit or miss. But I think that with the colors, I think I'll be pretty happy. But I have learned to grow just cautious when I'm creating something new like this. Okay, I'm going to put the kind of the milk chocolate shake on that end there. I did add gold to a lot of these colors to kind of add a little more shimmer. And whether that's going to show up or not, I don't know. But if anything, it'll probably show up more in the caramel color. Now, as far as the gold, I could just put a little bit. I'm going to shake this up a bit because I have not used this in a while. And since it is pretty thick, I don't think I'm going to have too much trouble with bubbles showing up. I'm going to put a little bit of that on top of the caramel, and I think I'll leave it at that. Okay, I have to get a couple things. All right. Oops, oh dear. I think I poured that a little too hot. Oops, I did that a little too. Yeah, I think I filled that up a little too much. It's very thick. I'm gonna kind of see where this goes. Okay, so I need to note that don't fill it up too high. Okay, this looks really good. It just looks like ribbons of caramel and chocolate, and that's what I was kind of hoping for. And okay, so it's interesting because I think that now since I've already started pouring, I don't want to just stop the process, so we'll keep on going here. I feel like not all the colors are coming out evenly. And there are a lot of artists that it's just been really fun to watch their creations. We're doing traveling ring pours and stuff. I just love that. And I really love the different colors they pick because they're just so unique. And they are what I'd call variations that I would not even consider using together because I've kind of got a favorite palette that I go with. But it's just really fun to see all the different work that everyone's been doing. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just kind of pull that off right there. I don't think I have enough paint to cover everything, so I'm just going to I'm going to fill this up again. I don't know. This is interesting because I can pour it out that way, but it wouldn't come out. It would come out too wide. This, I feel like I'm just going to put a little pressure here, but I think it's kind of interesting. How do I pressure it? Okay, so I'm going to see. I think what I've got going on here is probably it's a little too thick. So what's happening is it doesn't just pour out. And I'm going to go along the sides and just do ribbons. Yeah, I think overall this is a wee bit too thick, and which is okay. It's just I may have a difficult time when I tilt this canvas. Yeah, just I may have a little bit of trouble getting that paint to the sides. And so this is a traveling pour, but I am lifting up the cup, so I don't know. That may, let's just say it's a fluid art. Okay, so it's not coming out real fast. I want to cover the sides so that there's plenty of paint that helps get the sides and edges covered. Okay. Okay, so in each of these, there's probably like maybe a teaspoon of paint left in each of the little cups. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of the vanilla along the sides because I really want the sides properly covered. Okay. Now in California, I don't know if you live in California, but overall, when it's summertime, we may have 3 to 5 days where it's really hot, and then it gets back to normal, maybe to the high 70s, low 80s. But it seems like we're having a real heat spell here. Now, not in comparison to the south, which I think they get a lot more humidity and heat than us. But like where my sister lives, she's east and north of here. Her temperature was probably about 100 to 105 this past week. And so what we have here is, it's been very hot. I'm hoping that there's a change so that it's not as hot. I hope it starts to cool off a little bit. Okay. All right. So I'm just kind of looking at the design and okay. I think that what I have here is I think the gold is a little thinner, so that's getting a little more movement on the canvas than the other colors. All right, there's a lot of paint. Oof. This kind of looks just like ice cream, right? Melted ice cream. And when I was stirring it up yesterday, I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. Had to remind myself, it's paint. It's not going to taste like chocolate. All right, so I am going to, at this point, go over everything with this torch. All right, next I'm going to go ahead and lean everything to the top. I got this a wider hair pick, and just make sure that all the paint is off. Now what I would do is I would just go along the shapes that I currently have, and so I'd say with this, I'm just going to go like this. I don't have to use this on the entire painting, but just part of the painting. And I think I'm going to go here. So that's nice. You've got a little bit of movement here. And, you know, that may be all that I need just to create a little more interest. And right now, as you see, there are some pretty deep ridges that were created by that. I don't think that's going to be a problem, though, because the Floetrol helps to level the paint. So overall, I think it's okay. It'll dry. We'll see how it looks when it dries, and we'll see what I learned through this. And it basically, I think one of the things I learned was add just a little more water. Thicker does not need to be as thick as a milkshake, and trying maybe to use just one paint brand per color. So that might help to alleviate some of the sprinkles that I see in here. Also, maybe use more dark chocolate. All right, so it's still in frame. And okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to kind of clean up the bottom of the canvas. And then after that, I'll clean my gloves one more time, take them off, and bring you in for a close-up. If I take off my gloves now, I'm going to have a hard time getting them back on because there's definitely, it's harder to get gloves on once you take them off. Hard to know how much. Okay, so I'm going to be cropping this. And so I'm going to bring in a little bit more than you probably typically see, because there's a good chance I'm going to have to crop this off so that it fits into a short and a regular length video. think overall I really like the colors. And my hope was today was to do more than one painting. Okay. Now, you may have watched a couple of my shorts, and most of them I've sped up like 2 or 3 times within Canva. So when I'm going through this portion of the painting, showing the close-ups, it's very, very fast. So I'm trying to slow down my rate of filming this so that, and my movement, so that whatever format I end up providing, it's going to be okay. All right, well, hey, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great week. Keep cool out there. Bye-bye.